everybody on Instagram Live, large up with yourself. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Fantastic Friday is live. We did promise you an interview segment coming up. We have our special guest currently on the line, so you'll be hearing the voice soon of KADIAN SNOW. I feel like some people, I don't know, like some people like the name. Based on the name they get, you just have to be like a big shot or celebrity or somebody doing great things.
Some names just make.
Yeah, some names just created for a purpose. So people, you have to make sure so your name your kids them right. Yeah, but I just pick up the name off and no, box and say, oh, this. Make sure the name has a purpose. All right. So KADIAN SNOW has been, doing some great things across her career, and we're gonna touch base with her to find out what's in store for her most recent novel or most recent production, I would say. KADIAN, good evening. What's up? Talk to me. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing great. So tell me now, KADIAN, how early have you, or let me get this first before we go to the whole thing of being an author. Growing up, what was it that you saw yourself doing or wanted to be?
Actually, I wanted to become a lawyer.
A lawyer? And did you actually, follow through on that?
No, I didn't follow through with it. I went and did a degree in psychology and management studies at the University of West Indies, Mona.
All right. So what do you think brought about that change? Is that okay, even about the lawyer thing, or you found a greater passion?
No, that the cost of going to law school was too exorbitant, so I decided to change path.
You just work with the flow, cause sometimes that might happen, Sometimes when you're young, we don't really have any limits on what is a budget and all these things. We just want to do. So once you realize how life is set up, you were guided to the path of psychology, you said, and then
and management studies.
And how did that connect you into becoming an author today? What? Give us an idea, a quick synopsis of how that transitioned into you being an author.
Okay. So for me, I always wanted to become an author from I was in high school. I used to journal in high school, and but funny enough, when I was at UA, I didn't think about it. It wasn't until something happened to me while I was in Jamaica. My best friend did something to me, and I decided that I was going to go on that path of writing about my story, about what happened to me, and to share my story with everybody.
Oh, so that was one of the, I would say, most powerful catalyst. Yeah, that's the word that we're looking for. That kicked you into gear right there. Wow.
Yes.
I'm seeing a novel there. Keep It Moving. The other part is very not radio friendly, but I believe that is the book that came up from all of this.
Yeah, that was my first book. It was my first book about my story about how I got drugged in Jamaica, and how after that I got divorced, and it was my first book.
So from that movement, because you've seen that, being an author at that point was the medium for you to express and to free your mind, I would say. Or give me your expression of what you would say it was for you.
So, because I got drugged, I decided that I was going to go to therapy, and I started journaling because my therapist advised me. She said that I should do a journal because it will help me to release my thoughts and express my emotions. So I started journaling while I was in Jamaica in 2018. And from there, I wrote so much in my journal that I decided that why not turn it into a book? And then I embarked on the journey of trying to figure out how to turn my journal into a book.
Wow. I really, it's so sad that you had to encounter that very tragic situation. Sometimes I really wonder.
My best friend.
You really wonder, and they said it was a male friend, right?
No, it was a female.
A female friend.
She and her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. And I'm trying to figure out, as I say, friends are these people we have around us, boy. Sometimes we wonder what go through them head. But we are faced with some situations sometimes. We our only basic option is to just find a way to overcome. And
Yeah.
you found that through
That's what
your
I did.
writing, you were able to come up with this novel here. And how did you say it was received by persons, or what has been the reception if persons have been able to connect with it?
Yeah, a lot of persons are connecting with my books. Some of them weren't too fond of the title, but the title was a bit outrageous because initially when I went with the title, they thought that Amazon wouldn't have accepted it, but Amazon accepts it. So
Yeah, because I think Amazon has the option to say whether or not it's adult content or adult wording or whatever it
yeah,
is. So you
yeah,
can still
it's
get
adult
stuff
content.
out there. And as you said, it's a journal of your life after divorce and the challenges you have faced and overcome.
Faced and overcome. Yes.
Wow. Listen to me. And to get that down into that novel, to express yourself, because this would have been your first novel, what was that experience like? Did you get guidance? Is it something that, as you say, you thought about it in high school? Did you venture into, connecting with persons, or did you, read upon something? How did you get that chance to express yourself in the book?
Okay, so I was talking to my friend in Jamaica, Miss Bob's Miller, Mrs. Miller. I want to big her up because she and I were talking, and we were talking about this lady named Miss Ava Brown. She wrote a book called The Mango Girl, and she was like, you should try and get in touch with this lady and see if you could put your book out. I tried and write a book about her story because the story is very powerful. And so while I was in Jamaica with her, I said, I'm going to do that. And when I came back up to America, I got in touch with Miss Ava Brown, but because the cost was too much for me, too exorbitant, I decided that I was going to connect with my friends. I had two friends, Andre Simpson and Tiffany Bent. They wrote their own novels, so I decided I was going to connect with them for mentorship, and they advised me on how to come about in terms of writing my books and getting it self-published.
Wow. So apart from having, some contacts, you need to have some good friends in your corner as well, as you said. And they were able to help you to make that a actual complete project.
Yes.
All right. So since then, I see you've branched out. When you wrote that, do you see that as, okay, that's going to be my only novel, or did you see that with a stepping stone to say, I will continue to express?
Yes, actually, when I wrote my first novel in 2020, June 2020, afterwards I decided that I was going to write a next book because it was during the COVID time. So while everybody was on lockdown doing God knows what, I was busy writing. I took that opportunity to say that, what, everybody's dying around me. I wasn't going to die without letting myself express myself enough. So I wrote a book called Black Woman is Queen Papera. And then I wrote a next book called The Silent P, which is teaches kids about the period. And it's talking about period poverty. So I wrote three books in 2 months. And then afterwards, I wrote a next book called What I Wish I Told My Mom I Was Raped and Silenced. So I wrote those books in a short space of time because I thought that I was going to die from COVID.
Listen, me, I don't know. I think certain things is strange to say. It's just destined, because here you are, you venture on the path, wrote your first book, and then as you say, in a couple months after, you're writing 2 or 3 books, and in varied topics as well, varied areas, as you say, that you saw the need for, and persons would have been trying to find a way to explore their mind, to open their mind, not to feel locked in with the whole, COVID saga and being on what they call it, quarantine, and we have to stay in our yard.
Yeah.
And you found that avenue.
And writing.
Wow. Well, you did make, I would say, good use of your time. We have some expressions or of your mind here that persons can benefit from as well. And I definitely want to send a big shout out to the Silent P, because that has been a topic that has, affected many women, even men as well, because some of women, some men were really, really ignorant about the situation. They don't understand nothing, but some of them are the loudest to talk. But it's very good that you can actually educate and provide an avenue, especially for the young girls growing up, to know what to expect or know how to handle it.
Yes, I sold one of my first books, The Silent P, to a man who has a daughter. And then afterwards, she ended up having her period, so it was right on time for her.
See, and things like this, because as I said, growing up in my school days, them something are not talked about. This basically taboo. It's like, so I'm very glad that you took the opportunity to create this space and make it available.
Yeah.
Since then, you mentioned that you did 3 other books within that time frame. What other items have you ventured on? I'm sure you wrote other things.
The Rasta Farmer. Yeah, I wrote a book called The Rasta Farmer, which is talking about my dad, who's a Rasta man in Jamaica, and he's a farmer. And I wrote another book called Jalia on the Farm and Lucky on the Farm. And then I wrote a next book called Self-Publishing Guide, which is basically a book to kind of help persons who are interested in writing to go on their own journey to help them to learn how to do it. So I said that instead of me giving them advice, why not write it in a book so that they can purchase it and learn how to do it themselves.
Listen to Miss KADIAN. KADIAN basically, is going on like she's a 75-year old, I know. But it's just about how her mind opened up. She said, listen to me, I found a way to do this basically from scratch in a sense, and I'm going to provide the avenue for others and teach them and educate them.
To do it, to teach them, yes.
You know what people are asking, where you come from? Where all of this come from? Where do you think all of your passion or,
I think it comes from God, because I think it comes from God, because I said I was going to stop writing, and then when I decided, I said I was going to stop writing in last year, and then last year I woke up and the idea came to me about the Rasta Farmer, and it actually went #1 on Amazon as a bestseller.
See the people. It's a match I show on the think I joke thing, listen to me. You have ideas. One of the biggest and craziest things is just moving.
Just start
forward, just starting, or just finding out how can you get this done. Because you never know how far you can go. The only limit we have is basically what we put on ourselves, and KADIAN did not limit herself at all.
No, I didn't let my situation, what happened to me in Jamaica before I got married, I didn't let it stop me from going after my goals. And I said thanks to Miss Miller, because she and I was talking about it, and then I said to her that I'm gonna get it done, and I did. I followed through with what I said I was gonna do.
Wow. No man, listen to me, I really have to big you up. As well as, as I say, you've written as well, basically children's novel, you would call it?
Yeah, children's novels. 3 children's novels, The Silent P, Jalia on the Farm, Lucky on the Farm. Those are 3 children's novels.
So those have been introduced to the children listings them. So how is that doing? How are those being received?
It's been received well. I'm just hoping that my books pick up, because when you self-publish, you have to spend a lot of money on marketing. It's not like I had like a big, publishing company behind me promoting my books for me. So I have to spend a lot of money on marketing the book. So it's not as much money coming in now. But I mean, the good thing is that I get my goals accomplished. So that's what I feel good about.
No, you've definitely made a name for yourself as well. And people may tell you, you hear the name KADIAN SNOW. It's not a lady who is supposed to be hiding behind a book, This lady should be Miss Jamaica name something there. Is a beautiful young lady.
I was in a pageant, I had entered Miss Jamaica at one point, actually.
See, there is not no lady who never talk about, I picture the on the back and the book on the inside. No, this lady is a very, what do I call this now? A very attractive young lady. So she has found her way through her words, and she has been able to reach out to, express these ideas. And since within, I would say about 4 to 5 years, she has put out at least 8 or more publications. My math's not so bad.
12 books in total.
12 books and across almost 5 or so years. No, right now you are a renowned author.
Thank you.
So my question is now, you say you've been doing these publications on your own, self-published. Are you interested or considering, being published by, a company or Are you
Yeah.
open to that opportunity? What does that
I'm
entail?
open to that opportunity. If they come knocking on my door and say that they want to take over, I'll come and take on the opportunity because that's what I wanted from the get go to get as a major publishing company to come and help me to publish my books. But because I couldn't get that done, I said I'm gonna do it on my own. In fact, having done the paperback, I've learned how to do the audiobooks on my own. So I learned to have the audiobooks published on my own, and I have the paperbacks published on my own as well.
So you're giving all the mediums opportunity. So right now you have the paperbacks, as you said, you have the audio channels for persons to go ahead and buy the audiobooks or go to the audio platforms, check out that, and listen to it as an audiobook. And that would be done with your voicing, or you got it done otherwise?
No, I got it done through other. They auditioned for it. Persons auditioned for it, and I got it done through that platform, through Audible ACX.
I have a feeling that probably next 5-10 years. Well, let me not tell you my feeling. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 or 10 years, Miss Kadian?
I hope to see myself in Barnes and Nobles, and in Barnes and Nobles and other and major bookstores. It's in one bookstore in Brooklyn. It's called McNally Jackson. It's in downtown Brooklyn, New York. So far it's in one bookstore, but I'm hoping to see my books in major bookstores, especially Barnes and Noble, because it's on Barnes and Nobles as well.
All right, so I know that you're kind of overseas, but more include a little bit of Jamaica. Any chance in probably reaching out to any bookstores in Jamaica to get even the children books out?
In Sangsa's bookstore. I wanted to go in Sangsa's Kingston bookshop. I wanted to get in schools because, especially the silent P, because a lot of girls and young girls are in school, so they need to learn about the period and stuff. So that's where I want to see my books evolve.
All right, so definitely, and I was just gonna say that as well. That was my next statement, to say where I see this young lady in about 5 years doing just that. But my question is now, before that can happen, how can persons reach you? How can persons contact you? Where can they find you?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, they can reach me at KADIANSNOW@gmail.com. KADIANSNOW@gmail.com. So for persons who are interested in reaching out to me, they can email me, or they that's the main contact information right there.
All right, so KADIAN SNOW, give us a spelling so we can have it correctly.
KADIANSNOW@gmail.com.
All right, folks, so you hear that? That's KADIANSNOW@gmail.com. You can reach out to her as well. Do you have like a website, or is there any platforms for your
No,
books?
actually, I'm working on a website to get it done because I said that I need my books them somewhere where everybody can go and see it. Apart from Amazon, it's on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, and Walmart. But I want it to be somewhere where everybody can go and feel something about me.
Definitely, because persons need to find
on a website.
Okay, as soon as you have that up, just let us know so we can go ahead and send the message out there. So because persons are going to search, and they're not necessarily going to go directly to the websites that are, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and so on. They want to see you first, and then from that you can create a link to purchase. So that would definitely be a great option to add. We're going to be looking out for more from you. What about your plans? You plan to do any, movements? Are we going to be seeing you anytime soon? Any bookstore, anything like that?
One of the plans, I'm working on a book now with a friend of mine. It's called Alexander Musa Bryan. I helped him write a book called Living on a Gangster Street. It's a story about his life in Jamaica. How he had 2 producer friends that got killed, and so I helped him write it and publish his book rather. So I'm working on that.
Listen, people, you've heard the voice, and I'm telling you, within a matter of years, this young lady is also providing mentorship to other young upcoming authors as well. I think probably next 10 years, this lady will offer publishing deals to people, but we're going to see it and give it a chance to put it in action. do remember us when you're making your next release. Just go ahead and hit us up as well so we can talk to you and find out more. Any final words, Katie, and any big ups, any final messages you want to leave?
I'd like to big up my sister, Denisha McPherson, Tonya McPherson, Audia Snow, and Kashiv Roden, and all my family members who tune in and listening, and my friends. I want to big you guys up, all everybody who has been on my journey and supporting me and encouraging me to keep on going. I thank you guys so much. And for persons who are interested in writing, you can hit me up at KADIANSNOW@gmail.com. I'll help you to publish your books.
Look at that. See the people? So KADIAN SNOW, people, listen out for that name, mark that name, and look out for her great releases once she has some more for us. All right, KADIAN, I want to say big up to you, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And yeah, man, keep on doing your thing. As I said, don't let them stop you. They're not ready for you yet. You start the journey, you soon get the car.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Same to you. All right, people. So there you have it, the wonderful KADIAN SNOW. As they say, she entered a pageant already. So she's a beautiful young lady, and it's not only beauty; she comes with brains. So she has been writing, expressing her mind, and sharing ideas, educating young persons across the globe. And yeah, she started from this little island of Jamaica, as them say, her Rasta Farmer father. So yeah, man, it's
quite a story.
Yeah.
I like that she uses, because we all go through experiences. We all go through, things that we could use to empower other people, but not many persons sit down to actually write a book and encourage others and tell others, it can be done and motivate others. So, Miss Snow, kudos to you.
Big up, no man, definitely big up people. We're gonna go to the break. When we return, we're gonna drop the trivia segment quick and fast.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got an exclusive interview coming up. People, Funtastic Friday is the place to be. This and every Friday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. News Talk 93.